I started taking next steps. Joined a couples life group with my wife. Now I'm in a men's discipleship group. Doing Bible studies, just reading the Bible before I didn't even have a Bible. Just taking those next steps to get closer to Christ.
We regroup, and then another round. And I'm pregnant again. And this time I'm thinking, this is not going to work. No prayers. So I'm pregnant, and then I'm really pregnant. And I'm pregnant with 2 babies. And then I'm still pregnant. And then I'm still pregnant. And then I keep on being pregnant. And then, along the way I had a very complicated pregnancy. I spent most of the time on bed rest with the twins, but after all that, we have 2 healthy babies who were born with no complications. I no longer believe in coincidences, because now I pray all the time. I can't remember a day I've not prayed. I talk to God and I talk to Jesus because He's there for me. He's right here. He's holding me. He's picking me up when I need Him to. And I can't believe that as low as I was, I didn't turn to Him sooner. But it doesn't matter, because even if I was 95 and finding Him today, it's just an amazing thing that nothing else could ever fill.
I was at a certain kind of low in a relationship that I tried to pour everything in, and I idolized the relationship a lot. And it was a really good thing that the struggle brought me to a point where the other person at the time started digging into her faith, and it was good. I thought I was warned against that. I was the skeptic, kind of the jerk face, and it was interesting. I found myself going, no, that's not right, or no, this, and I finally realized that I'm not basing this on really anything, so I need to dig in. And I actually found my path forward was walking my dog. I would listen to podcasts a lot. There was a couple really good guys out there, and so I thought I'd put my money where my mouth was. If I can try to speak like I know what's going on, at least I need to know what's in the book. And so I spent a lot of time walking my dog, listening to podcast sermons, and I got probably 2 a day in, and I thought, man, I really like these. So I started more, and I'd be working on my house or remodeling, and I'd just put on some more podcasts. And I'd listen to these guys explain who God is, and what his personality, or how he loves us, how he puts things in our path. Things just started to come together. Really started to like pull me into more and more. And it's like, it wasn't like an effort. I just wanted to listen to more and more podcasts. And this described who this God man was and put him into perspective in my life. And it became something I didn't have to. I got to spend more time with him.
In May 2010, I got laid off from my job, and a month earlier we just had a baby, so we had a tough decision to make. Obviously living in Virginia is not cheap, so we prayed and decided as a family that I'd be a stay-at-home dad and take care of the baby. Even though it wasn't my plan, I just had to trust in God that He had a plan for me. So after a few months, I decided I wanted to get certified in personal training. And before the exam, I prayed and I told God, I was like, if I pass this exam, I'll do whatever you want me to do with it. So I passed the exam. That was a matter of what God wanted me to do.
Once I discovered God and was baptized, I discovered Jesus, and decided I wanted to talk to other people about this, and because still I had lots of questions. And so when I found out about life groups, and it had been mentioned at service a few times, and I'd known Leslie had one at her house, so when I joined in on that, I was just amazed. I was a little bit nervous at first, because it was Bible study too, and I must admit, growing up, even though I went to private school all the way to 8th grade, I didn't read the Bible very much, and we had the old family one that was in a version I would not understand. I didn't even know there were other translations of the Bible, much less the Life Application Bible, which I use today. So going to life group and talking to other people, all on different parts of the journey, all in different, walks of life. It was just amazing for me to feel very safe. Everything was so confidential and still is. Very much that there's no such thing as a silly question, or no, everyone, feels that. But just to feel God's presence in the room through all of us, and praying for one another, and hearing praises, little things, it's just the most amazing thing. These people I would never, I don't know if I would say I'd had, they would become part of my friend circle. Maybe we don't have things in common, or, maybe I would never even met them, but just meeting them, it's just, we take breaks in the summer, and I can't wait for us to start back again, because it's wonderful. So I would say anyone and everyone should try a life group, because it really is free therapy.
So then as I got in there and I kept reading more and learning more, I realized I needed to get into some kind of extra study, because I wanted to learn a lot, and I wasn't getting that out of podcasts. I wasn't opening the book. And so I found Band of Brothers is a great men's group at New Life, and it built up the courage to get into that. Those guys were awesome. They just changed my life. They provided a place that was safe for guys to be guys and to dig into the Word and know Christ together. And these guys were a model for me to look towards, and though they have their own walks, their own places, they were all heading in the same direction. I jumped right into that.
So after a few months, there was an end zone meeting after service one day, and I wanted to attend to see if I could offer my services as a personal trainer in any way. So I met with Creed Branson, and he mentioned that there may be a possibility of some opportunities, but that I needed to talk to Tom Pounder. After a few weeks, didn't hear anything, and then one day I prayed and I said, God, if there's an opportunity there, please have Tom call me today. I kid you not, within an hour after that, Tom gave me a call, and through that there was some conversations about some opportunities. But then again, a couple months gone by, and this is where I really had to trust in God, because there was doors opening and closing, battling the stress and everything of what's next, or what's there for me. So that's where I really had to trust God and my relationship with God.
So it was growing in that sense that took me away, and I could see more and more how my past, or how I was still living certain parts of my life that were pulling me away from God, and that there was this fear that if I let go of them, I had this fear that things might get worse, when as I built this trust that God's been leading me in this good direction in life, that if I let go of more and more, that it would get better and better. And that proves itself over and over again. And I'd be lying if I didn't say there's still some more fears of letting some things go.